Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. And this channel is all about my property investment journey. I'm currently investing in building my portfolio and I'll document that all along the way. But not only that, I'm investing with my two daughters. My daughter, Georgia, who's 21. We've just completed our first deal. We're just going through our second deal at the moment. And my baby, Amelie. Now, you can follow us along the journey and see the good, the bad, and the ugly of property investing and see how that works out. And you can do that by taking that finger of power, spinning it around right now, smash that subscribe button over there. Go on, tickle it. Give you 2 seconds to do that. Smash it, hit the bell, and make sure you check out all of the videos that we make. Now, I want to talk to you today about how to start in property with little to no money. You see, not everyone has tons of cash to get into property, and a lot of people assume that if you don't have lots of money, then property investing is something that you're just not going to be able to do, and that's not true. So let's talk about a few ways that you can get into property at a relatively low amount of money. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is actually sourcing properties for other people. You see, there's lots of people that just don't have time to find deals, but they've got lots of money. And so if you can be the person that educates yourself on how to find good, solid property deals, then you can present them to investors. And the investors are easy to find when you have the deal. The deal is the hardest part, but they're not that difficult to find. And you can find them in a number of different places, building relationships with agents, finding off-market deals, finding deals at auctions that might be suitable for people, packaging that deal up and selling that on to an investor. That's one way you can do that. And each deal you can expect to sell for between £2,000 and £5,000. So you don't need to do many of deals like that each month to be making very, very good income. So that's one way, property packaging, and that's a good source of income for a lot of people. Next is to do joint ventures. So again, you might find friends or family that have got money that want to invest in property, but they don't have the time to do it. So if you can be the one that finds the deal, they can be the one that brings the money, and you can work out whatever terms you want with them. It could be 50-50, or maybe they get 60% of the deal or 70% of the deal, but you haven't had to put your money into it. You've used their money to do it, and you could be then the person that manages that property going forward, and you do the work, but they give you the financial backing to do that. And you'll be surprised, there's tons of people that when you talk about property suddenly have cash. Whereas if you want to borrow money to put into stocks and shares or cryptocurrency, they say they haven't got any. But property is one thing people are very, very comfortable investing in. They just don't know where to find the deal. So if you can find those deals, again, instead of selling the deal, you could JV with them. That's one way that you can do that. Now, there's another strategy that people are doing very well with, and that's where you rent a property from somebody, and with their permission, so you obviously make sure that you let them know, you rent it on as a company let. Now, you might then rent that out on a room by room basis. So you might rent a 3-bedroom house and turn that into a 5-bedroom house of multiple occupancy and rent those rooms out on an individual basis. So let's just say, for argument's sake, that you rented it out for £1,000 and then you rent each room out for £500, you'll get 2.5, right? Now, you've got to pay the bills out of that. Could be 500 quid, just for easy numbers, we're going to say. And then you make £1,000 profit each and every month that's full, which is pretty good. So that's one way you can rent a property and rent it out to other people. Another way you can do that, which tons of people are doing, including myself, is renting a property and then renting it out as serviced accommodation. And that's when it goes on Airbnb or something like that. And that works very well as well. We've got one near Tower Hill in London that we rent out, and then that is then filled by an agency. They put it on Airbnb and booking.com. They clean it for me. They do everything, basically. All I do is collect the money at the end of the month. So that's a property I don't even own, right? So for that, you do need some money. It's not no money down property investing, but this way smaller. You just got to get the deposit and the first month's rent. And you might need to add a few things in there, for example, like a kettle, a microwave, some cutlery, some plates, duvets and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty straightforward thing to do, and that is a great strategy that you can make some money with. service accommodation. Now, another one, if you can partner with someone where you can make your money just keep going and going and going, is called the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent model. So that's what I like to do. And that's where I buy a property that's run down, or that I can add value. So I could maybe look at adding a bedroom to that, or I could look at putting new kitchens and bathrooms. And by doing that, it increases the value of that property. Then I will refinance that. So I'll go back to the mortgage company and I'll say, look, we've done all this work. It's now worth considerably more. Give me the valuation. And then they lend me more money, right? So they'll lend me my money back, and I'll take all of the money back out of that deal. And so you need some money up front for that, but it doesn't have to be your own money, right? It doesn't have to be your own money. It could be somebody else's money. It could be an investor's money that you give them a fixed return on. And then when you do that and it works, then you just do it again and again and again. And you just do as many deals as you can like that, and just keep that money flowing. And that was what will be really, really a successful thing to do. So that's another great way to do it. So looking at those, there is tons of other ways that you could buy property with little to no money, and just keep repeating those. Then you build up your own cash, and then you start buying your own properties, right? And that's a very, very smart strategy. It's good to own the asset eventually. So rent to rent is a great strategy to start. Service accommodation is a great strategy to start, but after that, you will look at expanding that into buying your portfolio so you get the capital gains. That's very, very important. Now, look, I hope you found this useful or interesting. I'd love to know your comments below, so do comment and let me know what you think about this. Give me a quick like on the video, and do subscribe to the channel, and check out our Facebook group, which is linked in the comments below. I'm James Nicholson. Go and check out my next video, which is coming up right here now.